What's up, guys? You're watching Norcaldailydriven. My name is Salim and welcome to my channel. Right now we're in my garage. Check it out. Cool little paint job. This is my 97 BMW M3. It's a sedan, hell rot red. That's my wife's hamster mobile. Anyway, we're about to head to a Cars and Coffee here in Sacramento. It's going to be at a Niello Porsche dealership. It's from 9 to 11. I'm running pretty late, so hopefully we get there in time to see some cool cars. And that Porsche dealership's got some really cool car I want to check out, and it's not a Porsche, so hopefully it's there and I could get it on video for you guys. So let's head on over. We're at the Porsche dealership, checking out this car show. I went and grabbed one of the sales guys here to show me the car that I came to check out, and it's not a Porsche. We're at a Porsche dealership. I'm not looking here at a Porsche. It's something you wouldn't probably think that's here, but we're gonna check it out pretty soon. And of course they got it all the way in the back, hella dirty, but the guy went to go grab the key, so we're right next to the freeway over here, and they got a lot full of Land Rovers right here. It's funny, I met an old guy with the same car that I'm about to take a look at. He brought his here, and it's amazing, and he got like the best deal at CarMax. He like stole it from them, and he didn't even know what he was buying. He had to call his son up and say, "Hey, I'm checking out this car. Do you know what this is?" He came there for a Mustang, a GT500, and they didn't have it. But anyway, I'm gonna show it to you in a second, and it's not a Porsche. All right. Yeah, the thing looks brand new.
I would hope so with that little
Oh man.
Yeah, that's so nice. I love the carbon fiber tops.
Yeah, that's awesome. So basically we came to check out a ZR1 at a Porsche dealership. America's baddest supercar that they made in 2009. 638 horsepower, 604 pound-feet of torque. 205 miles an hour top speed, 1+ G's on a skid pad. This thing is insane. And this one is a 2009. It's only got 708,000 miles on it. Whoever owned it just registered it every year and just kept it in the garage. And somehow they got it on a trade from a different dealership. And I mean, it's amazing. I had the guy come start it up. I didn't want to test drive it because I wasn't trying to waste his time. I mean, I don't have the $70,000 they're asking for it, which is amazing. I mean, you're getting a brand new car that was $125,000 from the factory for 70 grand. It's only got 708,000 miles. They put brand new Michelin Pilot Super Sports on it, so you don't have to worry about tire cracking. It's not even broken in yet. I'm not sure how the fluids manage. Sitting, what, 6 years? Barely being run, so. But I mean, if anybody wants to get a brand new ZR1, come down to Niello Porsche. It's an awesome car. I just talked to a guy. I probably mentioned it earlier, and he's got a 2011, a white one. He's gonna give me a ride in it later, and I can't wait. I mean, I used to have a 2008 Z06, and I got a soft spot for Corvettes. I love them. So just seeing that is amazing, especially when you see all these European cars around you. I'm not really here to check that out. I mean, if I had $150,000, right, I'd go get a GT3, but $150,000 not a lot of, it's not easy to come by these days, or any day actually, unless you got, you know, some amazing job or you got some side hustle that makes good money. But anyway, I'm gonna go back to the show, hopefully connect with that older gentleman, his name was Rod, and check out his ZR1 and get some videos while I'm in there. So I'll check back with you guys in a second. Yeah, I'll definitely get that.
That's what traction control on.
Yeah, right? So much for traction. So smooth too.
Here we go. Let's try this. It's like driving a slot car.
And especially with those huge tires, so much grip.
The only thing I've read is like once you push it to 100%, when you lose it, you lose.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It goes.
Yeah, that's why you got to make sure you keep that PTM on.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll correct to an extent, but I mean, if you go crazy with it, it's gonna go. Yeah.
I took it to my work one time. I took the day off, and I killed this. The traction control, and they videoed it. Holy fucking shit! It just smokes the tires and it starts to rip.
Oh yeah, yeah. It starts stepping out.
Everything. Do another burnout. No.
Yeah, not with these tires. It's like $1,800 for a set. Oh yeah, no way. Where was your guys' car show at?
We had the first one at
right here's good. If you can make it, yeah. Make you drive all the way back in there. I really appreciate it, Rod. It was really
Keep in
cool.
touch.
Yeah, definitely. I'll hit you up. My name is Salim again.
Okay.
Yeah. Got a ride in a 600 wheel horsepower ZR1, and now I got to go back in my M3. Oh man. 4.5 years ago, I had a Z06, and oh man, that's the feeling that I would get when I'd get out of it, just like the one in this guy's car. But now, I gotta deal with 240 horsepower. But, things might change soon. I'll keep you guys posted. We might have a surprise coming. If I could get things worked out here. And we might not have to have 240 horsepower for much longer. Obviously, I'm not gonna get rid of the car. But the car that I'm upgrading to, we'll just say it's got a little bit more than 240 horsepower. I met another gentleman here that I'm gonna go check out his shop pretty soon. He lives, or his shop is actually right next to my house in West Sacramento, and he owns Auto Vault, and it's such a sick place. I mean, the guy basically rented out a warehouse in an industrial area, and he basically charges people to house their cars in there. So people who don't have room in their garage at home or in their driveway, and they got a super nice car and they want to keep it somewhere where it's going to be safe, this guy basically provides his warehouse to just post it up in there, right? You pay $100 a month or whatever it is, and you know, your old school classic car, your high dollar supercar or whatever it is, or just, you know, your boat, your truck, your RV, he houses them all there, which is really cool, you know. So that's an awesome place to go check out, and I want to get that, or I want to get down there. I mean, I've been meaning to get down there for a long time, and it's right by my house. I don't know why I don't go there, but I'll make that another video. I don't want to tie it into this one because it's kind of like water it down for what that place is, but it's gonna be really sick. The guy's name was Pat, I think I met, and yeah, definitely we'll get that on the video. So I'm gonna head back now, and I'll do a little walk around of my M3 because I know I haven't showed you guys the car yet. Hey guys, so this is Norcaldailydriven. We're back in my garage, just came back from that car meet. Just want to take a couple minutes and show you guys my car. So it's a 97 BMW E36 M3. The E36 is the body style, so the chassis code or whatever you want to call it. This one is a sedan. I got it about 1.5 years ago from San Diego. At the time it had like 131,000 miles, but this had an odometer issue, so it's got a correction factor for 25,000 more miles or 20,000 more miles, something like that. So in reality right now I have 150,000 on it, so add another 20, so 170,000 miles. But I mean, if you could see the condition of the car, super clean, 97, 170,000 miles, 20-year-old car. And I mean, it was in good condition when I got it, but I just added a couple things, you know, to clean it up a little bit, make it a little bit cleaner, a little bit more modern. So I added these Apex ARC8 wheels. If you're a BMW guy, I'm sure you've seen these wheels all over. They're like very popular on the E36 body style, E46, E90. They're very lightweight, track-oriented wheel. These are 17 by 9.5 with a 35 plus 35 offset, and I wrapped them in 255 40/17 tires, so the biggest tire basically that you could fit without messing up the fenders. And as you could see, it's got a really nice stance, super flush to the fender there without rubbing. So I did a mild fender roll. I basically rolled the lips in on the front and the rear, just so that when this thing is tucked into a corner, that I don't get any rub, because that's the worst thing about getting into a lowered car is when people slam it way too much, they don't do the fender roll correctly, or it's just way too low to begin with, and then you got a bunch of people in your car and it's just rubbing. It's super embarrassing. I mean, I'm about that low life, but not that low life. I used to be. With my old M3, it was super slammed on some huge wheels with the poke and all that stuff, and I got out of that phase really quickly, thank God. So yeah, I'm all about the function. So this thing handles really well on these tires. They're Hankook Evos. Yeah, Hankook Evo 2s. They're not the greatest tire, but for a daily driver, and you know, on ramps, off ramps or whatever, it's really good. And since it's 255 all the way around, it's super hugging or super glued to the ground. But again, I just want you to check out the fitment. Nice concave wheel. I got like no gap in the back. I left a little bit of room in the front because I want the suspension to travel. I don't want it super slammed where it's jarring over every bump. The suspension is KW V3 coilovers, so that's a progressive rear spring, and the front spring's like 440 pounds. It's got Dynan Stage 1 sway bars. I got Vorschlag camera plates in the front, so those are really nice. I got the camera dialed in for 2.8, negative 2.8 in the front, negative 1.8 in the rear. What else? It's all suspension basically. I have ground control articulating rear shock mounts up and down. I got a UUC short throw shifter, so I got the Evolution 3 with the dual shear selector rod, so the shifting is amazing in this car. And then I updated the interior with a couple of more modern pieces. I had the leather wrapped armrest here with the M stitching. You see the tricolors. I got the ZHP shift knob, and again with the tricolors on the shift boot here. I got the leather wrapped steering wheel so that it has solid leather at the top and bottom and then perforated on the sides, and it's wrapped a little bit thicker than stock. I got the same e-brake boot so that it matches everything else, and as you can see, it's the sport seat, so it's just, you know, it's a sportier seat. It's got the M stripes on there. Same thing in the back, it's got the M stripes. Got a little head unit there, I believe it's a Pioneer, and it lights up amber so it matches the factory colors in the dash. So it's a really clean car. I mean, I have it as a daily. It's a fun daily. Again, under $10,000. I don't care what you say. There's no car that you could buy for under $10,000 that'll handle this well. I mean, there's a reason this car won best handling car at any price in 1997 for Car and Driver. It went up against Acura NSX, Ferrari F355, Toyota Supra, Chevy Corvette, Honda Prelude. I mean, some heavy hitters there. I mean, punching way above its weight. And I think the biggest thing they said as far as why they liked it, why they said best driver's car at any price, is because of how balanced and comfortable it was, right? It's 50-50 weight distribution. I mean, it's very forgiving in the turns. So if you hit a bump mid-turn, it's not going to punish you and slide out or whatever. It's very forgiving. So that's why when you go to track days or HPDEs, the E36 body style is very popular. So I mean, I've never been to a track day where I haven't seen at least 5 or more E36 M3s, because it's that forgiving and it's just a well-balanced chassis. So you add coilovers and you do a couple mods here and there, add a little bit of camber, some bigger tires, you got one hell of a track weapon. So I wanted a unique color, right? I'm gonna get the same car. I had a coupe, I just wanted a sedan. I wanted something more unique. So I think Hellrot is a really, really nice color. So I got Hellrot Red. That's what BMW calls their super bright red, Hellrot Red. And I found it in San Diego, sedan. The guy took care of it. He was an enthusiast. Everything was clean except for, you could see on the spoiler, I got some clear coat flaking that I need to take care of. But other than that, I mean, the body's super clean. I got some paint chips on the front bumper that I'm going to take care of. I got a Dr. Color chip kit, so I'll make that a video in the future to see how good that product is. But I mean, everybody that's got it says that it's really good, and I don't want to spend the money to respray the whole front bumper and the front hood, because again, it's a daily driver, right? Things are going to happen. You commute it, whatever, it's going to get the same rock chips. And then you're probably wondering why a car enthusiast has a Kia Soul in his garage. Well, when you got a wife, you know, you got to make her happy, right? So the wife wants what she wants. For some reason, we went to Dallas and we rented one of these, or her father rented one. She liked it. At the time, she had a Honda Accord. She wasn't a big fan of the Honda Accord. So when we came back, I was saying, hey, if the payment on your Honda Accord is close to what the payment on my Kia Soul will be, I'm sure we could swap it out, right? So got her a Kia Soul. It's got the whole shebang package. That's what they call it. It's got a pano roof and, you know, light up speakers and everything inside, navigation, everything. Super cool. But the lease is coming up soon, so hopefully we get to replace it with something a little bit nicer now that she's got a real job. At the time she was in school. So that's why we got the Hamster. I mean, overall it's a cool car, super roomy inside, comfortable, gets good gas mileage, but it's got a small tank, so it doesn't really get that great of a range. But overall it's cool, you know. But anyway, I just wanted to show you guys my garage, show you what I drive on a daily basis. Don't know if you caught it earlier, but I do have a surprise coming. I have a new car that I purchased, and it's completely different from anything that you've seen in, or see in my garage. It's a little bit more power. I'd say it's not 240 horsepower, that's for sure. But yeah, when that thing comes in, trust me, I'll have videos of it. I'm gonna make lots of videos that are more specific to that car. But I can't wait. I mean, I already bought it. It's on the East Coast. It's got to make its way over here, so the transport truck hasn't picked it up yet. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching my channel. If you guys want to check out some of my other videos, I did a road trip with a couple buddies. We flew to Texas, picked up a Raptor, did a whole trip back, did off-roading and everything in Moab, so check that out. I went to Car Week in Monterey, did a whole thing about that, drove a McLaren, so I did a review on that. And I did my little car wash video or whatever. That was my first video on YouTube just to test it out. But anyway, I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you guys want to see more of my videos, please hit that like and subscribe button so that you guys get notifications of when the next video is up. And I hope to see you guys on the next one. So until then, enjoy the ride.